banging misses and videos. While I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the shit, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot shit, got all my people in red clothes. Telling my metaphors when I formulate my flows. If you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like that.
Wanna party with me?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our Tuesday night edition of the Walking This Way Impact Force podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Freeman Jackson Jr., along with my lovely co-host, Phoenix Sapphire. We are broadcasting out of the DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, Texas metropolitan area. If everybody want to know what that means, we're very honored, very excited, very privileged to have y'all with us one more time as you rock with us. Thank everybody for their support. We thank everybody for reaching out. We thank everybody for sharing the platform on a weekly basis. And most important, me and Phoenix, thank y'all very, very much for y'all support, of course, on this podcast. And like I said, we're very honored, very privileged. Matter of fact, we'll go even further. So I want to say, Phoenix, how are you doing this evening? Of course, we back at it again. So how's your week? Well, how was your weekend? I know it is Tuesday, of course. So how everything been going with you?
It's good start to the week. I'm feeling very motivated, very focus driven. I know what I need to do. Now it's just implementation. And I feel like that's one of the best mindsets that I've been in a long time. So it's a very good week.
Awesome. I'm proud of you. Keep up the great work and what you're doing. Because it's all about evolving and all about growing. And that's what as people want to do. We want to grow. We want to evolve. We know we're in the times now where everyone, we have these gender wars going on. We have these people talk about bringing things to the table. We have people talking about 50-50. We have all these terminologies going on. But at the end of the day, it's all about becoming a better man, better woman, better people. First of all, for ourselves and whomever you end up being with, that y'all be a team. It's all about team us. You know, we complement one another. We don't compete against each other. So keep that. If you want to compete against each other, go down the street for all that competition at the end of the day. But Phoenix, I'm very honored, very privileged to have a good friend of mine. I've been knowing her for a long time. She comes from a great family. I know her mother. I used to work with her mother at the sheriff department back home in my hometown in Mobile. I know your mom retired. Did she retire, right? How long did she retire?
Yeah, she was working there for over 10 years. I know that.
Right. Oh, wow. I know. Yeah, you mentioned when she retired, of course. You know, kudos to your mom. Great woman, of course. Always the same. Great personality, everything. Beautiful woman, great spirit about herself. But I see where she get it from. But you have always been a go-getter, of course. Always been about your business. Your mom spoke very highly of you. And I look at you as just one of the ones who took advantage of the opportunity. You have people who take advantage of opportunities. You have people who don't take advantage of opportunities. But you one of the many ones I consider one of 1%ers who took advantage of opportunities. And go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience. You know, you're no stranger to the platform. You was on here before. I know you have. This is a big month coming for you. I don't want to spoil it. I want you to go in and share it, of course. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience here on the Walking This Way Impact Force podcast.
So I just want to say before I start introducing myself, thank you for letting me get on your podcast again. It's always an honor every time you let me come on. I always enjoy watching everything that you have. So this is a true honor to be on. And you always speak so highly of me, and I'm just very grateful for it. But my name is DeAngel, just in case you guys didn't see me the first time that I was on here. My name is DeAngel, and I have my own spa. I have my own day spa, LaBelle Po Day Spa. It means beautiful skin. And I will be opening up this week, actually, Saturday, my spa. And we offer one of the reasons why I got into the spa industry is because I was always into like the natural, holistic way of doing things. I come from a family that was always into the, you guys know about those old remedies and things like that.
I love them. That's it's the holistic and those old remedies.
Yeah, so I always was into that as a child, and my godmother, she's an herbalist, so she just further like enhanced my knowledge into natural remedies and things of that nature. So I took that and decided to get into the spa industry. So I just been expanding from there. So yes, it is a pretty big because this is my first time actually having a business in spa, having opening up a building with it. So it's very exciting for me right now.
You know what? That's a beautiful thing, and kudos to you on that. I mean, just to see your vision come to pass. You know, even though you visualize this, but now you see the fruition of it. That hey, it came to. So what's been? How has it been? How have you been handling it? You know, opening the doors and in your own building. So explain to the audience how it feels to actually have a business inside a building.
It has its obstacles for sure.
Mhm.
It's very it's not an easy road. I can say that. I definitely had to go through some hurdles. I down to the funding, trying to find the right location, trying to make sure I have a great team of people that I'm working with. And as I was saying before, this is my first time doing this, so I'm learning new things about running a business every day. But thankfully, I do have my godmother. She's a awesome mentor for me, blessing. And so, like you were saying earlier, when it's opportunities there, I always try to make the best of it. So it's definitely been a journey for me, but I am also very happy at the results from me putting in all the hard work I've been to keep it successful.
That's great. And about how long would you say was the planning from vision and inspiration to when you're actually sitting in your spa?
Whew. So I would say while I was in school, me and my godmom, we've always been talking. She's been in the industry for over 30 years.
Oh, okay.
And as I was saying, she was a herbalist, so she stayed in Africa for some time. She had closed her shop, so I had been talking with her about wanting to open up a business, and so I got serious and actually went and got my certification and my licensing for it. So that's how I
Hmm.
know I was really serious about it when I went into getting my license and actually putting forth
Putting
work.
that investment in.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Yes.
So
And,
when I started doing that, so that's when the planning started, and then it's just went from there.
and that's what's up. And I know being healthy is important. We know that that's something that individuals start tapping in more
Right.
with the remedies, learning how to better take care of ourselves. I know there's
Mhm.
plenty of stuff out there to help take care of our skin, hair, nails, our insides, of course, and just the beauty of being healthy. You know, God's will is for us to prosper in our health. And that's something that people are tackling in now. This industry. How has the industry been? I mean, just with learning the different remedies, just educating people. That's the thing about it. How has
Mhm.
that been? Just educating the masses when it comes to just taking care of our bodies.
So the like I was saying earlier, I have been blessed to have a great mentor with me. And one thing that she always tell me is, this generation, they like things fast. They like everything really fast and they like quick results. And
Right.
so here I try to kind of integrate both. I try to get what's new out, but also try to still maintain that same kind of old ways of doing things too, keeping it natural and things like that. So that's been a journey too, trying to show like, hey, you don't have to go out, and nothing against anybody that gets Botox or anything like that, nothing against it. To each his own, but it's ways that you can still tighten your face up without getting injections in your face and things like that. So
Mhm.
I try to, showcase like, hey, it's a way that you can still have that new look, but doing it a more natural, holistic type way. So those are
Hmm.
some of the things I try to teach people that come into my spa.
I'm
Yeah, I like
definitely
it.
interested in some of the services that you offer. Like, you know, they offer now you go and you get your lips plumped and your eyelashes and your eyebrows, your face shaved and burnt and stuff,
Right, right, yes. Now, I do offer here. I do have a services here for your brows and your lashes and things of that nature because it's
Okay.
all about enhancing what you already have. But
Right.
when it comes to like the lymph, anything injections, no, I don't really myself personally. I don't believe in those things as ways that you can plump your lips without injecting anything foreign into your body. Is ways
Right.
that you can actually do that. And so I'm definitely and the burning, when you mention the burning, that's a thing now too. The chemical pills.
Chemical
So
pill. Hmm.
yes, and you're literally burning off a layer of your skin when
Hmm.
you do that. So you have to be careful. So that's something else that I also teach, is to be careful about, getting into those more dangerous
Right.
chemicals you putting on your face.
I think it's beautiful to offer an alternative because I'm a person who won't go and do Botox and things like that. Like, but some, eyelashes and things like that. Cool, eyebrows and certain
Right.
stuff, but the burn in the face, and there aren't very many options out there to show you a different way. That's when you gotta go and dig and then most of it takes time. Like you were saying, there's that we want things so fast now,
Right.
but the results are better, and I'm sure you have a lot of testimonials of where those results are better having
Right.
gone that natural route.
The
Right.
goal. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. You good?
I was gonna say, just to add on to what she was saying, the goal is long term health. You want to look at what would this look like long term, because down the line, when you put these chemicals and things on your face,
Yeah.
and then you have situation, God forbid, where you can't have kids, or you have these sicknesses, it's because of the chemicals and things that you didn't put into your skin. So you have to be very aware of those type of things.
It's true.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. I know you said something about individuals taking shortcuts. Just paraphrasing, but we know we got individuals take shortcuts when it comes to the weight loss. They get the surgery, they get the tummy tucked and everything else, and feel like long I got that, then I'm good.
Right.
But the maintenance part is you got to keep the weight off. You got to keep, like you said, with your skin, you got to keep this stuff up, not just a one
Right.
time thing. This has to be something that has to be ongoing. In other words, being consistent. That's something also you implement when it comes to the spot. If get them in the position, get them in the mindset, and say, hey, even though you're doing this at one time, but I want you getting the rhythm of making it more on a consistent basis. Make it come second nature to you, to keep the maintenance up.
Right. And that's the same thing with when you decide to go the natural route. Yeah, you might not see it like quick like you would like, but the long term of it is more beneficial for you. And you don't have to worry about having any sicknesses or anything like that. For example, with the weight loss, we offer something here where we give you body treatments, where we use a lot of mud here, a lot of natural muds, and the mud helps to detoxify your body. So I have a client right now that have lost and this is alongside with his everyday routine. He doesn't just do um he didn't just get the mud, but he also is eating healthier and things of that nature. But he didn't lost over like 10 to 15 pounds, and that's just from doing a mud treatment. And he comes back and he gets his mud treatments again. So he keeps that maintenance up. So it's ways, like you were saying, Phoenix, the alternative ways that you can tap into without going to the extreme of surgery or things like that to your body.
Right. And I think what he was saying as well about mindset and being able to change the mindset, because you have to, if you get liposuction, I always imagine getting it and then your eating habits haven't changed at all. So how are you going to keep it off? And then how much money have you paid just to go and down it on some burgers or something like that? But, and it's
Right.
like, changing that mindset and teaching a person to be more aware of what they're putting in their body is really important.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very important. Like it goes back with the mind, like you said, to start with the mindset, retrain it. It's just I'm thinking about how it says in the scripture. It says that we must be born again. Thank you, Miss Bess, in the comment section on the YouTube side, said enjoying this segment. Thank you for tuning
Yeah.
in, watching us tonight. Just the mindset retraining. Like on me, I've trained myself to get up at 3 in the morning to go to the gym. I'm training
Nice.
myself. See the old me wouldn't do that because think about it, the old me wouldn't do it. Oh man, it's too early. I need to get some sleep. But I said to myself the other day, I was out and about. I said, you know what? Where time going now, you have to get up early in order to get things done, get things accomplished. You just can't just it's just me. I can't speak for everyone. It's just me. And they're just having a conversation with myself. Because I just don't do anything, I defeated myself at the end of the day. And that's why I say, you have to get up early in order to get things done, to get things accomplished. And I understand why the greats do that. And I understand when you're on a whole nother level, you're on a whole different level, of course, your whole outlook on life changed. It's like, you know what? I
Yeah.
can't settle for less. I don't want to settle for less. I refuse to settle for less. And I have to challenge myself even further. So that
Right.
main thing what you were saying, the thing is the mindset, training yourself. Even Christ said that we must be born again. So that means restarting your life all over again from a spiritual standpoint
Yeah.
now to
Yeah.
where we learning how to do things. And before we came on the show tonight, we had a great conversation behind the scenes before we came on.
Hmm.
You brought open minded came up, being open minded to these things that we can involve and grow, and all other stuff. Detoxing, I know that's a big thing too. Detoxing our body. A lot of people go to work, they work out, but they're not losing the weight, and we forget about detoxing. And then, Phil, I know you mentioned that eating all these these bad foods, but we're not seeing the results. Because
Right.
people feel like, long as I work out, I get all the thing I want. But
And sometimes your metabolism is set up that way because me personally, I'm going through where I had a very, I could eat whatever I wanted to for all my life, and now it sticks on me differently, so I am having to change where, oh, it didn't matter what I ate, to now, you can mess around. And a friend had joked with me that I was 2 popsicles away, you know from, from busting. It was like I joked back that I ate those popsicles plus, like, a few of them. So, and I do feel that it's mental defeat when you stay in bed and you don't get up and you don't go to the gym or do whatever your mind is telling you that you need to do. It is a mental defeat, and you really are sitting there at war with yourself, and it's probably for the whole day, versus you getting up and taking that 30-45 minutes to be disciplined and working towards the change. That is really real, I feel like, in a lot of people's lives.
right, and that's the biggest thing is ourselves, getting past ourselves, get over ourselves, defeat ourselves. They say the enemy is in me, because that's what we have
Hmm.
to do, get past ourselves also on a regular basis. Like I said, I know, Angel, you are doing extraordinary things, of course.
Mhm.
Open your business. I know you also have a military background as well. You went off into the military, did that. Did that also play a role in you for entrepreneurship? I know people say you go to the military, they teach you about structure and all the other great stuff. So has that help you also in your role in entrepreneurship?
It did. Absolutely. Absolutely. I learned a lot. It gave me a lot of structure, but also it taught me leadership. And then it also taught me how to, like, be able to talk to many people in different diverse situations. So I just carry all of that into formulating my business. Like, I carry all those skills. I feel like God put you in these different situations and you don't realize it at the time, but then when you look back at it, you're like, okay, I'm glad I went through that. I'm glad I did that, because that has helped me so much now for where I'm at right now.
Man, that's what's up right there. And like I said, just doing great things. And I know business, you do a lot of other great things too as well. So give us a rundown on all the other great things you're doing, because you're diverse in a lot of things and you're not one dimensional, which is good because it keeps your life more interesting
It
when you're
does.
diverse in a lot of things.
It does. And that's something that I had to learn too, because I am a person that likes to do a lot of things, and I'm very diverse in the things that I do. But I also had to learn how to take that diversity and kind of build it onto the things I want, like be more focused and then expand, learn how to expand. But I have a spa, and also I do credit as well. I help people learn about the law. And I don't just do, a lot of people, you hear when people talk about, doing credit things, I try to educate people just in general. So they won't have to keep coming back. They'll know this is how you're supposed to pay your credit card on time. This is how you're supposed to put your money into your bank account and keep it looking good. This is how you can get bigger credit limits. This is how you're supposed to spend on this credit card. So I go into depth into helping people because I made lots of mistakes myself. I made lots and lots of mistakes when it came to it. So I have an understanding of why people spending habits and why people do the certain things that they do. So I try to integrate my life experiences into helping others into making better decisions. Because one thing I notice is, especially with the Black communities, and we don't have a lot of education when it comes to credit and things like that. So I try to educate.
You know what? Go ahead, Phoenix. Go ahead.
Sorry, but how important do you feel that the minority community knowing about credit and understanding how that ties into their dreams, whatever avenue that they're going, how important is credit?
It's extremely important because these days you can't do anything without having a good, solid credit score. And a lot of people have a misconception that you have to have a perfect credit score, like you have to have an 800. But as long as you have like somewhere in the 700s, like 755 credit score, you can pretty much navigate any type of thing that you're trying to do, whether it's business or just getting a house, So those things are very important for you to navigate in life, especially now with the economy. And the way the economy is going, you just never know what's going on. You want to make sure you have your ducks in a row when it comes to your credit.
Right. But you were saying a little bit on the way you pay back your credit cards, or the way that you, I think it's called like the utilization,
right.
Teaching people how to manage those accounts. And this is something I've been recently researching into. So that kind of raised a little, because I have had questions, you know what I'm saying? And like looking for that mentorship because you want to tie that personal credit into the business.
Right.
And there's so much information out there. Having someone who can weed through that information and know those right steps, so I definitely want to link to, and if you could share it on the chat or something, to where we would sign up, or people who are interested could sign up for that program as well.
For sure. I would definitely.
Most definitely.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick commercial break because y'all opened up a can of worms, which is a good thing. But I'm glad that we started to catch and make progress on certain things when it comes to our finances. So we're going to talk about that after this commercial break.
Just living the best of my life. Same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. I'm on that same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, what you know about that? Believe I receive. I ain't talking about the contact. Fall back. No, you know what? Let it in. Jesus says, and Gabe brought his own testament. Testify. I ain't never been a pedophile. Recognize my baby girl is my prize. No games. Word is bond. And I've been working so hard. I just thank, oh Lord, that we made it thus far. And I got my prayers up that the troops come home. I can feel your energy even through these broken walls. And I got my prayers up that the troops come home. I can feel your energy even through these broken walls. Same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. I'm on that same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. You gotta sacrifice, been working my whole life. But when I look back, he's been there my whole life. Love working on the inside, so. And for that news, looking and feeling brand new. Got a crew for the dollar sign. What's more loyal is they don't need to see a dollar sign to be there for you. Respect the wishes. And I got bills too, so respect is given. We about to take flight, secure precision. Anything you put your heart into, you can do. Had to run the numbers up when I showed the proofs. Just living the best of my life. Just living the best of my life. Same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Man, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. I'm on that same thing. Spend time, educate your mind one time. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, we on that. Yeah. Just living the best of my life. Just living the best of my life. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on the Walking This Way's Impact Force podcast. Of course, you know, I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr., along with my lovely co-host, Phoenix Sapphire, in the building with me, along with our guest, DeAngel, of course, she's in Georgia, and, you know, we're here in Texas, so, you know, that's always a great thing. Before we went to our commercial break, get into the financial arena. We know that's an arena that something that we really lacked in real bad. But now we're in a time now where individuals are learning more about finances, learning more about saving, learning more about stocks. A lot of people are moving away from the banks because they want to see interest on their money. So a lot of people learn how to put their money in other things. I'm advocate for that. I have shares myself. I have stocks myself. Some I got into. Having a life insurance policy in place, that's important. Being better prepared. You know,
Right.
not just I hear people say look the part, and you look the part all you want to. Forget about looking the part. What about being the part? What about actually living this thing that we talk about? Let's start on that one. When it comes to go ahead.
Actually being what you talk, preaching, practicing what you preach.
Right.
Yeah, because I look at it like this: we deceive ourselves when we are not seeing the result that we want. And also, I put the Angels spa and stuff in the comment section. So if you're on the comment section, go ahead and log on in right now. It's all about showing the support, of course, and I now plug in your other information as well as we go along with the show. So not being defeated, not deceiving ourselves when it comes to terms of credit, when it comes to the turn of budgeting. And that's something that we don't like to hear. Social media, once again, they get on here and showcase you all this lavish stuff, but you have a negative balance in your bank account.
Right.
That means we need to start changing something. We need to start changing the mindset. So let's talk about the values of credit. That's getting to credit. How is important is the credit thing? Why we're not learning more about credit when it comes to just our lives?
Right. Social media definitely sometimes, well, a lot of times it's fake. It's fake. It's not really real. And so a lot of people have this false reality of how things supposed to be, and that's not true at all. So you definitely want to, like Phoenix was saying, start doing your own research on credit and budgeting. And I have to, even now, you know, even though I'm in business for credit and I do credit and I'm very well known, knowledgable when it comes to credit, I still take classes to this day. I still take more classes because every year or so they change things up. So you got to keep yourself, on top of things.
Yeah.
And that's something that I fully believe in, is always doing your proper research, always doing do your own research. Don't just take my word for what I'm saying. Go out and do your own personal research and read up on things and keep yourself current on what's going on.
Right. Because a lot of the times are changing. Things constantly are always changing. Like I said, when it comes to finances, we should get to the point now that we should want our money start working for us and not wait till what they told us for so long. Work a job for 30 years, get that pension, now you're living a good life. That's a lie. We got to
Right.
get into the arenas that, okay, I want my money working for me. That's why people that makes money always think what makes of making money. So putting their money in things that's going to invest. Having our money work for us. I hear everybody say they want to make money while they sleep. But you had to start getting into that rhythm and say, you know what, I want my money to work for me. And how had that been for y'all, been in that arena of learning how money works? And once you understand how money works, it really expands your horizon. Now, like, wow, okay, this is how it's supposed to be.
Really
It's,
does. I can say from a point, because I just recently started researching credit and really taking my credit report seriously. And I
okay,
was able to fix a lot on my report and take myself from a 605 to a 750. And so now now I feel like I'm jumping into a new rabbit hole, but it just has so much potential in what it offers. Just the knowledge. And like she said, I've been looking for a mentor. I did link with some people out of Atlanta, Georgia, that offer a type class type thing. And it's like you see so much value in the knowledge, and if you want, like, just from the way that your LLC is set up, making sure that it's set up properly, and actually thinking of going into the bank as though I'm asking you for money. Well, you go and look at my report and you see that I got derogatory, and late payments. I mean, you got to think of asking the bank the same as asking a family member. Like, no, I gave you $20 back in the day that you forgot about. You you didn't
Right.
remember to owe it to
Right.
me. And here you are again. So it's definitely. And I seen an article the other day, not to ramble, but it
now you
said
good.
that African Americans are the highest consumer in the luxury products and brand names, yet we don't have any wealth for our
Right,
family. Majority, there's nothing that's going to be able to be passed down, not even knowledge to be able to teach our kids. This is what you do at 18, 19, 20 when they're young. That's what I think is great about Miss DeAngel, is you said you have had that support system. You've had somebody there that's knowledgeable, and even maybe ignited that passion for things, since you were small. That's something that, like you said, it's a gift, because to have that, a lot of people don't, and they're looking for someone that they can trust. There's this level of where do I, it's not a fear of paying for knowledge, right? It's more of a fear of what value are you going to put on what you're offering, right? What type of person are you? How do you handle business? Am I going to send you $1,000 and then not hear from you from 3 weeks?
right.
It's a
Right.
scary situation, where I agree with what you said about research it yourself, you know, and then go and seek, because then you'll have a level of understanding that I can know, what you're talking about, but you know more than I know, you know,
Right. Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
you know.
And that's it.
Absolutely.
And that's it. And then also getting to that point as y'all was talking, and also emergency fund, having an emergency fund in place. That's important. That plays a role. I'm the type of person, I don't want to ask nobody for anything. That's why I work the way I do, where I can have some, so just in case something does happen, I ain't gotta get on the phone, call people. I ain't gotta say, hey, can you loan me this, give me this. I already have it set aside. So I don't have to ask nobody. 'Cause one, I don't want to be a burden to anybody. That's just me. But I also have something in place where something does happen, that okay, we got the money to take care of, especially if you have a family. If you have family have involved, make sure your family taken care of. Make sure your family is covered. I'm big on that. So just in case something does, I'm not saying negative, but just in case something does happen, you have the funds to cover it. Just in case it's a financial situation. That's how I want to say on that one also.
And another thing, just to kind of add on to what you guys were saying, most people don't realize, like, your credit report is like looking at your birth certificate. If you want, you kind of want to look at it like that. That's the importance of it, because that's when people see your report and they're trying to decide if they want to give you a loan for something. That's what they're looking at. They're literally looking at, they have a reporting system called LexisNexis. And that
Mhm.
system, a lot of people don't know about that. They know about the three major Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, but a lot of people don't know about LexisNexis. LexisNexis have your information from when you were first born. They have all your information on this paper.
Mhm.
So when these banks are looking at your reports, they're not just looking at the three major one, they're looking at that too. And that determines a lot. So you want to treat it like your birth certificate. You want to treat that just like that. That's the importance of it. And the more the good thing about the credit system though is you can correct any mistakes that you have on there. It's always room for corrections once you do realize start understanding what's going on. You can correct those things. And so just to kind of add on to that, you just want to, once you start realizing and you start doing your research, you want to uh, treat it just as important as like you're looking at your birth certificate. You want to make sure, because those banks and it's a lot of these days I notice it's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for, it's a lot of misinformation out there about your credit too. So a lot of times you hear when it comes to business credit, you hear that like, oh yeah, you can go into the bank and you can get all this funding, you can get this and you can get that. That is so not true. It always starts with your personal credit first. If your personal credit is out of whack, there's no way you can really build a great foundation for a business if that's something that you're into. So you always want to start with that personal credit and get that right, and then you can pretty much expand from anything from there.
So what you're saying is we need to look at our own selves, our own personal life as a business.
Yes, absolutely.
I agree. I agree. I like that. I like that.
That's
I
that's
like
what
that.
it is when it, yeah, that's what it goes down to. It's a business, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. And also, I know that it's things in place where if you pay a rent, they does go towards your credit report as well. No, paying your rent on time, how they go back and report to that. That's something I have in place within my rent. That when I pay my rent, it controls I'm paying it on time, of course. Also, a car. If you get in a car, they got it where they can report to the current with the credit people as well as you build your credit. So work on establishing your credit, clean yourself up, and that plays a role too as well. What do you want to say? What do you want to say about that also?
Oh, absolutely. It goes all hand in hand. Like you can also, a lot of people don't know, you can even put like if you have good credit and say back to the LLC, if you have really great credit and you can even you're trying to get a house, you can even put your house in your LLC name. It's so many ways that you can like build, but it all start with making sure that you have that right credit. So yes, there's ways that you can report uh, on time rent payment. Is services out there that you can add onto your credit. You also want to make sure that you do the payments on time. Your utilization, back to that, you want to always make sure that it's under 30%, at least under 30%. And then there's other systems that you can do, with the system, because the system it's just a system. The credit reporting system is a system, and you just have to know how to properly be able to make it work for you. So it's ways that you can make payments even onto your credit card payments where you can help with your scoring, with the scoring system and things like that. So yeah, you just, the more you do your research on credit, the more you'll be amazed. Like you're like, oh wow, I didn't even know this was in place, or that was in place, or I can do this to build my credit. It's so many little, it's little small things that you can really help increase your score, and then you can build generational wealth like that from your credit score. If you have, you can start putting your children at an early age, starting their credit off right, and putting different LLCs in their names and building off on that. So it's just so many ways that you can build generational uh, wealth by making sure, thank you, Kat, for making sure that your credit and your wealth is great.
You know, and I'm loving this. I'm loving this conversation that we're having on tonight's show. Just the elevation, the positivity, the vibe that's on this show tonight to help educate the masses, but also empower people, also empower ourselves at the same time that we're on this level of growing, evolving, and most importantly, getting to that business mindset and look at yourself in your personal life as a business as well. Also, I'm glad you brought that up, Angel, because that's the mindset we need to get into of looking at ourselves as a business. You have people say, know your worth, know your value. That plays a role too. That implement goes into it. So to the point now we have to take ourselves more seriously
Right.
now than ever. Since we getting so much information now, it's like you ain't got no choice but to step your game up now.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anytime I have information, like I'm the type of person where I try to share it, even within my own business. Like, of course, I have a fee and things, but when you leave me, you're going to be more educated than you ever was when it comes to credit, because that's what it's all about. I feel like if me helping one person is just it's just that's me helping myself in ways, you know. So it's like you just keep building from that. And if everybody had that same type of mindset, you'll be surprised at how much we all can build on one another, because that's what it all comes down to.
True. I do want to touch base and jump back to what we were talking about a little bit with what you just said when we were in the backstage about having that solid team that holds you accountable and how important that is when you're building your LLC. Because in every city, I'm sure it's the same. You have a lot of people aspiring to be great, you know, and it's not so much of a breakdown of their ability to be great. You know, what do you feel like in the workings of a team is the biggest hindrance in reaching goal?
And working within a team, I feel like just from my experience, I feel like some people don't know how to work to be a team.
Mm.
I don't think it's on purpose. I just don't feel like sometimes people don't know how that looks sometimes. And so just learning it, you have to really, when you're working with a team, you really have to get to know, really be open to get to know the other people's perspectives. That's what I feel like is a lack of. Sometimes people just be so bent like my perspective is the right way, and
Mhm.
don't really be open to what another person perspective or things are. Just because they never seen that work before, they may be skeptical of it. So I think that's could be a major hindrance sometimes when it comes to teams.
I agree. I
Could it be
agree.
the fear of thinking that they gonna be lost in the shuffle of things?
That plays a role in it. They just not sure of. There's just like that uncertainty of it for sure. Yes.
Yeah, because I know we talked about it on the show before we came on. Is that we we are supposed to complement each other,
Right.
not to compete against each other. And I think that's what a lot of individuals think. They
Right.
think, okay, working alongside you. I'm afraid that I'm gonna get you gonna get more recognized, and I'm just gonna get lost. And that's that fear of thinking they're gonna be lost. No, it's a team us thing. It's a we thing.
Right.
You
More factors
know,
go in
you
there.
win, I win, vice versa, and get to that concept. That will mess a lot of people up too. They feel like,
Mm.
what's in it for me? It's like if I give you something, let's say I give
Dang.
you a million. Let's say I give you $1 million right now. The colonel mind would say, well, you're gonna pay me that $1 million back. I'm just gonna give back what I gave you.
Right.
But if I do it with pure intentions and a pure heart, I get that $1 million. I get more than that $1 million back from somewhere else. If that
Right.
makes sense, what I'm saying, because everybody look at what's in it for me now instead of saying what's better for the team.
Let me tell you something. One thing I learned in business, this is one of the number one things I learned. Top things on the list is working with people.
Hmm.
Like it's good to be able to do things by yourself, but you are so much more powerful when you conjoin forces with other people and partner with people or just work with people. You'll
Right.
be surprised at the things that you can accomplish by changing your mindset in that type of way. And so I always was kind of like you, Furman, when you were like, I don't want to be a burden on anyone. But I had to get away from that real quickly when I got into business. And I'm so much more open now with working with people. And so, yeah, definitely you have to get out that type of mindset.
Right. You remember the song with Neo and Fabulous, and the chorus was Neo said, "I'm a movement by myself, but we are a force when we are together."
Right.
Yeah.
That he was saying some basics. Yeah, I'm a movement, but when we together, we are a force.
Right.
So true.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about building a dynasty.
Yes.
And it's all about winning. At
Right.
the end of the day, and get into that mindset. That's why everybody can't roll everybody. And I understand that now. Because when your mindset change, you just can't roll with any and everybody.
Right.
Or
Absolutely.
in a lot of cases, I feel like there's a lack of accountability, or there's that base level of like, okay, we're cool, we're friends, we're business partners. And so there's, of course, not to expect anybody to ever be perfect. And, we're, it's okay to make mistakes, or like, okay, change route a little bit or go different ways. But I feel like when it comes down to accountability, that's when things topple a little bit, or there becomes that division, because there's people need to be able to one, have understanding and accountability. Take it like, if something happened and 40% of it's mine and 60 is yours, or 50-50, or we both can say, okay, we need to change up and do this, or we need to do this differently, like they say, put it on the table. I feel like that's lacking in a lot of team structures, is that table talk.
Yeah, that would come from it just before you make any decision. Okay, when you're by yourself, it's different. You make decisions, but when you're with someone now, you have to before you make. And that's what I believe in. When you work with someone or you with someone, before you make these decisions, go down and sit down and talk with your partner, significant other, whatever you want to call it, before you make these decisions. Because one, I look at a respect thing. Even though opportunity came up, if I went with someone, is before this opportunity, let me go back and discuss this thing with the person, whatever I'm
Right.
with, so we get an understanding. And not only that, they will put their input into it, where they will break down point A, point B, point C. Because a lot of times we can look at one point of it, but the person you with can see a whole big picture of the situation where it will benefit everybody. Does that make sense? When I say
Right.
instead of benefiting just one person, I want it to benefit everyone that's involved.
Yes, and I really like what Miss Best put in the comments. She says it's important that one understands their role and purpose as it relates to boundaries, and that's big as well. I very much agree with that.
Yes.
Yeah,
And that's why communication is very important. As
True.
long as you can, everyone that's working in a team have that open communication. When you guys feel comfortable enough to talk to one another about anything that's going on, then things will definitely be more smooth when it comes to roles, boundaries, all that stuff. You have to keep that open communication.
you got to and humble yourself.
For sure.
Humble
Yes.
yourself and
Yes.
receive. I watched the video on the social media the other day, and the guy was talking about communication. Okay, he used this analogy. He was talking about the wife is not a mind. You can't read your wife. Anyway, get to more of the story. He said he came home one night. His wife said, "Hey, babe, I'm going to bed early. Left dinner out. Put all the food up in the refrigerator before you go to bed." So the next morning, the wife got up. She looked. She seen all the pans in the refrigerator, and she asked, "Why you do that for?" He said, "Well, you told me to put all the food up, and you didn't tell me." He trying to explain that she didn't tell me. Well, take the food out the pan, put it in the containers, things like that. And he was making a big deal out of it. Well, I can't read her mind. She just told me to put the food up. common sense would say, okay, she said put the food up. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna put the pans in the refrigerator. I will put the food up in Tupperware, put the pans in the washer, clean whatever you want to do it, and put it up that way. That's what she was meaning. But he make it seem like she didn't say that. I don't think she said was put the food up in the refrigerator.
I mean, it's in the refrigerator. It got there, you know.
It's in there. I did it.
But then I get it. If she said, okay, she was tired, whatever,
Right.
and I'm just getting home, okay, I'll just make sure everything clean, neat, put up. So she wanted to worry about all that. And I understand where she would come from, because literally the point where she said, I'm tired. So, she cooked everything. Of course, the kitchen probably was a mess. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So him getting to the point of, okay, let me go ahead and clean the kitchen up. I'll take the food, put it in containers, whatever. So when she come down, she won't have to worry about all the extra activity going on.
She thought them dishes was gonna get cleaned.
Yeah, because if you tell me, I'm like, if you tell me you tired, you gonna say, okay, I'm going to bed. You cook, you got dishes where you say, hey, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. That's when you step in and say, you know what, okay, clean the kitchen up, clean there, so it benefits everybody at the end of the day instead of just
one person.
Right. Because I caught what she was saying. She said she was tired, so some should have clicked in and said, okay, let me go ahead and clean the kitchen up.
I don't think she's in the right. I think that she wanted it done her way. He did it his way. Or she should have been more specific. Can you please put the food in Tupperware, wash the pans, and put them up for me? That's her way. But to expect him to not know if he might be tired too. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I'm going to just throw this in here. Or maybe, but be specific then.
Definitely a lack of communication there.
True.
Yeah, I said, hey, you tired? You tired? Go make sure everything clean up. Hey, clean up. You ain't got to worry about it. Everything's cool. But that communication is important. Being effective communication, working together as a team. That's how you win championship at the end of the day.
Bingo.
And then a lot of times you develop a system where you ain't gotta say nothing. You just pick up all vibes.
Yeah. Right.
True.
I'm just saying. You just pick up off some person's vibe. Like, okay, I know where he's coming from. Okay, I know where she's coming from. Okay, we know how very, you know what I'm saying? Like they do signals and stuff in games. Like, okay, I know what we finna drill. I know we finna do this. I know we finna do that. It's fun. It's fun. At least have fun with it. And have fun with it.
Right.
That's fun. That's it. Never assume someone knows one has. Yeah, that's true.
Be specific, because I'm gonna throw the pants in.
But then that's also if you know your person too, because the person you with may have a system in place. That's another thing too, because everybody has she may be a structured person, and he probably seen, okay, she more structured, and she probably figured, okay, she see how I do things. She probably figured he would do the same thing too. Apparently, he didn't do it that way, because some people have systems in place.
Don't be mad.
Hey, but God bless him. God bless him. We all, but have fun, ladies and gentlemen. Have fun. Enjoy life. Everybody made life so tough, and just have fun. Enjoy yourself, and all the other great stuff. I know we're about to be pressed for time. We're gonna take another commercial break, and then we're gonna get off into our final remarks. What I guess the angel after this commercial break.
Good afternoon, Fort Worth. Good afternoon, Arlington. Good afternoon, Dallas. Good afternoon, DFW. Good afternoon, District 33. My name is Peyton Jackson, and I am here to announce my run for Congress. It is time to replace all of the leaders who possess all of the power, yet none of the will. I not only need to see you online, Instagram is No Taxing with Jackson. More importantly, I need to see you at the polls. And thank you for your votes.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on the Walking This Way Impact West podcast. Hope everybody's having I don't want to say hope. I know everybody's having a great time. I hope what was said tonight was educational, beneficial. And we thank everybody for their support as well. But that communication is key. Man, learn each other too. Learn each other. Know each other's moves. And
Right.
I'm going to say this, have fun. But before we get ready to get off the air, Angel, you have any final remarks, any words of wisdom that you want to share here with the listener audience as we're live streaming on all social media platforms and those who will go back and listen to it in the near future, and also look at clips when it's on TikTok and Instagram?
Do your research. I want to leave with that. Definitely get out there and do your research. Don't just take, people words for what they say about things. Go and do your own personal research and keep yourself learning. I always call myself a student. I'm a forever student. I'm always learning. And so that's one of the things I wanted to take away from this is to do your own research. And if you want more information on skin health, make sure to check out LaBelle Po Day Spa. Also, anything regarding credit, financial information, go to Pinnacle Insight Consultations, and you will find more information on that as well. So,
and that's it. So when you do your research translation, don't be lazy and
Don't be lazy.
utilize your brain. Don't not depend on nobody else. You got to learn for yourself. In other words, translation, be a free thinker and don't just rely on other people's information they give you. Because eventually you become like a coach, right? Because eventually I'm thinking like you, but I'm teaching you how to think for yourself.
Right.
I'm teaching you how to communicate with yourself. Make perfectly sense. Things you have any words of advice, any sounds of wisdom you will leave here with the listening audience?
I do want to say I appreciate you being on the show, Miss DeAngel. Definitely was a confirmation for me. I get that a lot when I come on here. But just what we talked about and those waves be waving, I appreciate the knowledge that you dropped on here. Definitely going to check in with you. My words of wisdom for tonight will be to learn to be okay with accountability. Let's work on accountability in ourselves and with the people that we allow into our lives, and putting it into a 0 to 100. Put it into a percentage game, and let's be accountable. Let's build each other, and be great together, not apart. We are better together than we will ever be apart.
That's it. So hashtag Team Us. That's gonna be it. Hashtag Team Us. That's how it's supposed to be.
I love it.
That's how it's supposed to be. Also, give a big shout out to the 165 views right now. So big shout out to all the 165 views right now we get on tonight's show as well. So, hey, man, y'all have a great night. We're doing 2 shows. So we got 11 o'clock show in the morning, and then we got a 7 o'clock show Wednesday as well. So we want to put out great positive shows. We want to put out great positive feedback, inspiration, motivation, discipline, accountability. Great guests that's coming on the platform. You know it. So, man, we about to lead this thing. It's now 8 o'clock our time. I know it's 9 your time. Angel, where you at? So we about to lead this thing, man. Y'all have a great night. Enjoy your evening. Work on your goals. Learn how to be accountable. Learn how to be a free thinker. Like DeAngel said, do research. So utilize your brain. Don't be lazy. Learn for yourself. And your life is going to be great. And that's how we want to live our lives, to be great. So we out this thing, man. Y'all have a great night. And we will be back tomorrow here on Walking This Way in Pebbles Podcast. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Bye-bye.